everything I need.
Hi guys, it is Friday featuring Mona. She is going to be showing me a couple things, and one of them is the new, what do they call it, a pop-up?
Lawn Fawn Hexagon pop-up.
The Lawn Fawn Hexagon pop-up die.
Let's make sure.
And I'll show, it's right back there, yep, so I'll show you one of these. So she has two samples that one sample that she did, and she's going to construct one during the demonstration. So look forward to that. And then she's got a little, another project that she did using the truck die that we've been using, we use for Valentine's Day. So she's got a cute little sample. So I'm going to go grab that, and I'm going to turn it over to Mona. And you can see the people asking questions on that side, so you won't have to touch anything.
I'll never live that down. Hi, everybody. I kind of was Sharon's videographer on Wednesday, and I did a crazy thing, and before you knew it, the camera was all over the place. It was kind of comical trying to figure out how to fix it. So we ended up working sideways. And hi, Cindy, how are you? All right, so I'm going to try to stay in frame and try to go slow, but this is the die I'm going to be using. It's brand new from Lawn Fawn. I did make one sample that's already made up, and because of the paper I had on my table at the time, we have shamrocks. So this is it, and it's so great. My grandsons love. I call this the diaper when it's folded down because it reminds me of a diaper, but pops up nice and easy. You just push, and there you are, 3 layers. Goes together real nice. It can pop up, but then you take more, then you need a bigger envelope. So just remember, you push down a little and then squeeze, and it closes. It's so darn easy, you know. It's like, wow, I could make these all day. And if you're going to mass produce, you know, this might be a good thing to make. So we'll start. I have an idea for one, so let me move this out of the way. I'm going to get my project out here. And my glue, and I did forget tape. So Sharon, do you have any 1/4-inch tape? Yep. I did forget that. We had a crazy morning with the grandsons. Not that they were crazy. I think their grandma was. 1/4-inch? Yeah. All right. So you need to cut 2 of these. This is your base. It's a big piece, and when you cut it, it looks like this. Good thing to know is that you need a 6x6 for this. So you could use the 6x6 pads, and you need 2 for each. So generally those 6x6 pads carry 2 of one color at least, if not 3. So you could use that, or best to use a 12x12 so you don't waste, because if you have to use the 8.5x11, you end up having to use 2 sheets with a lot of leftover. So best to use 12x12 paper and cut it into 6x6 squares. So having said that, so you need 2 of these, so you need 2 squares. I've already cut them because I think everybody knows how to die cut. The next thing you need that's in the die is this T, sort of a T, funny looking T. Corners, whatever you want to call it, but you need 3 of those for each pop-up. Now you can make them in white if you want, depending on how your card is, or you can make them the same color as your base. For mine, I'm using green. So I have 1, 2, 3. I think you can see them, 1, 2, 3. 2 will be used right inside, because you see that little slit there. That's what you're going to be using there for 2 of these. And 1 we're going to set aside because it's used just a hair different. So, in order to assemble this, you want to have the scallop side down. When you're folding this, scallop side down, and you're just going to fold. There's score lines right in the die, so you're going to fold. Always folding away from you when it's like this. And you know your right side from your wrong side. Once you do that, then you can do your sides. Get all your scoring in before you assemble. All right, so you're going to do that to 2 of them. Your tape for this section is going to go right here. So that first fold you made, that first tuck or whatever, just before the slit piece is going to get the tape. You're going to tape it on the right side, not the wrong side, but the right side. So let me get this one taped. Sharon gave me the tape and I hid it. It's been my day all day today. I hid it. All right. So we'll get that on. I like to put mine kind of close to the score line, but you don't, of course, want to put it on the score line. I'm using one of Sharon's most favoriteest tools, the honeybee scissors. I have like 10 pairs all over the place. Some are filled with gunk, some are not. All right. And also, you're going to take your T right side up. I mean, if you make a mistake and put it on the other side, you're just going to flip it. But right side up, you're going to fold on that score. And fold on that score. And then we're going to put tape on it. So again, I don't put it right on the fold, but close to the fold. And I will trim the tape a little closer. Just got to set this down, sorry. Just because I don't want something adhesive where it shouldn't be. So we'll trim that. Surprised there's no slime on this. My grandsons were playing with slime today. And trim. All right. So once you hit the tape on, you're going to go into this slit. You want to go this side down. So the tape is facing you when you go into the slit. And then you can, I hope you can see this. You're going to set it down. Make sure that it's pretty much flush with that slit. All right. And you're going to take the next fold from the top. I'm trying to keep you guys in frame. And with it pretty much flush and straight, you're going to take that tape off. I probably should, yeah. And just push it down. Now, don't worry if it's not perfect. It's best to do it this way and not worry about this. Where it falls, it falls. I think I tried to force it to be right, and that caused a problem. The next thing you're going to do is take this, and you're going to flip up. So you went to the next fold. So you went from this fold to this fold. Take the tape off. Fold it under, and where it falls, let it go. So you end up with that. Now you notice when I push it up, it's not flush anymore. That's fine. That's the way it should be. So now you have half of your pop-up done. You're going to do the same with the next half. Oops, sorry. You're going to put it through. And I just did backwards. You want to make sure the tape's facing you. You're going to put it through. Turn it up. So this is like the center. So if you can kind of think of it like that, that's why I call it a diaper. Kind of looks like a diaper. You're going to put it in the center. Sorry, I'm one ahead of myself. You're going to use that first fold again, just like you did the other one. Make sure you get it pretty much flush and straight here. I don't care about here. You want it flush and straight here. Take your tape, pull it off, push it down, and there you go. And then we're going to get this tape off, just like we did before. We're going to go to the center fold, which is right here. Fold it up, flip this down, smooth it out. So now you have 2 halves. So if you see together, 2 halves, they're the same. Okay? On one of these, you're going to put tape through the body. So we'll do that first. I mean, you could glue these if you want. I think that you just have to wait a little longer. I'm not going to go right up to the top. I'm only going to go about an 1/8 inch or 1/16 inch away. And I'll trim it. You could get away with just 2 pieces of tape, but I'm going to put a 1/3 in just to make it a little sturdier. My grandkids like to play with things, so I always try to make things sturdier. And I'm going to add 1 more. And you're only doing this to one side, just one side. All right. Now on this one, we have that 1 extra T that I talked about. You can fold it on the score, but then you're going to cut it. It's hard to see sometimes, especially if you use dark paper. So you're going to snip that off. And on this one, you're going to run tape down the center, but stop right up here. You don't want it all the way up to the top. You want it from where it tees down. So like this. Okay. And then you can take your tape off, and you want to kind of line it up as best you can. You know, you got to eye these things as best you can with this. So it's kind of awkward, but you want to line it up. I'm trying to push it the other way, but it's not cooperating. So I want, if you can see that fold line, that's where I want this part to go on that fold line. So I'm going to put it as close as I can. Like I said, I'm eyeing it up. So that looks pretty good, I think. And then I'll smooth it down. And what I do is I check the bottom right here to make sure it's not hanging out. And if it was hanging out, I'd trim it because that's going to hit the bottom. And if it's hanging out, it's going to make it a little crazy. So there you go. You've got your second half, and you've got that extra piece. Now I'm going to join the 2 edges. And to do that, I do this a lot when I'm making boxes. I'm going to put tape on here. Once again, you could use glue if you want. Sometimes glue goes faster, sometimes it goes slower, but glue gives you a little forgiveness. But so with this down, I'm going to move this up a bit. With this down, I'm going to go like this and join it so I have a straight line. Once I see I have a straight line and my scallops look beautiful, if you can see how nice they look together, then it's done. Before I forget, I'm going to put tape on this side so I don't have to worry once it's together. And the same thing. Not right on the line, but close to the line. There we go. Okay. Smooth that down. So now all you have to do is take your tape off here. I don't have the best fingernails, I guess. And you're going to fold it in half and join them. Now, I kind of pick it up because I found that it's very important that they join the same. That you don't have one taller than the other. Otherwise, when you pop it up, it may be lopsided. So there it looks like they're the same, or as best as I can get it. I'll smooth them out. And then I'll join the other side. So this is going to go behind. I can actually go like this and connect. Give it a good push. There you go. Look at that. Easy enough, right? Push down. See, that's why I call it a diaper. Doesn't it look like a diaper? I think it looks like a diaper. But there you go. So now these are where you're going to put things on. And I thought it would be cute if, I have to find my pieces, I used the Farmhouse that just came out by Lawn Fawn. I already have it together, so let me get that out. So I have the house, or barn, sorry. These are all the dies. You can see there's lots of dies. This one I kind of didn't have enough room on my magnet. I try to keep things on magnets, but today, I lost something today and I thought I was going to lose my mind trying to find it. But lots of pieces, lots of little pieces. So on this particular die, they give you both roofs. They give you this window that opens. The star. I haven't decided if I'm going to put on the, what do they call this? I forget what they call these. Weather vane? There. Weather vane. I don't know if I want it there or there, because if I put it there, it might be too high for the card, and I might have to use a bigger envelope, or if I put it here, I might be okay. They give you the door and the frame, and they give you the backing. They give you these two little windows, and they give you the backing, so they're little parts. And then they give you the bottom. And you can do it in any color you want. To me, a barn is red. But you can also, if you wanted a smaller barn, you could also cut it off right here and just have that. And that's a cute barn too. So what I'll do is I'll attach it to here. So that's what I'm going to do now. And then when you're attaching it to these little strips, you actually need 1/8" tape. I think I only grabbed a quarter. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe she has 1/4". Or 1/8". Well, I don't have 1/8", but we can trim it. So what I'm going to do is I'll put it down close. Okay. So I'm going to trim this and it's only because I don't have the right size tape with me. Lost my scissors. I don't know if anybody else struggles with that. Today I lost a die and I thought I was going to lose my mind, and it was actually on the table. It was kind of blended in. So I'm just trimming this because I don't have the right size tape, but you want to use, 1/8" tape here. It's kind of small, but it should work. And we'll attach that. And it's sometimes easier to pop it up to attach. Maybe this one there. So I can go like that. Did you see? So I'm going to center it and attach it. Okay, so there's my barn. Pop it up again. And the next thing I'm going to put on, believe it or not, for those that know me, I am definitely not a person that likes to color. I struggle with coloring, so I do my best not to cover. I'm going to use this piece that I trimmed off, but I did color some stuff. Let's go right in the center. So this is the grass, and this die does come with it also, with the mane. And then I'm going to hold it like that, put my grass in front of my barn. So far, so good. And then I used this new set from Lawn Fawn. For some reason, my little guys are missing somewhere. Maybe they're in here. Behind? I don't see where they are. I even have a color chart, but for some reason my guys are missing now. I'm not sure where I put them. I had these guys cut out. Give me a sec. I know I brought them with me. Just have a lot of envelopes. Not there, not there. Not there. That's weird. Did I put them in here? I'm sorry. I try to be so organized and then whoop. All right. Well, we're going to skip that until I can find them. Oh, sorry. I just got something in my mouth. Oh, there they are. So I colored these, and if anybody knows me, I hate to color. But I thought, well, they're small enough, I can color them. So it is this stamp set. And there was 4 little guys in there. I'm losing my voice. So we're going to put, maybe we'll put this guy here. Just take a little dab of glue for him. Well, maybe we won't. There, we'll use some of Sharon's glue. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, I got it. So I'm just going to put a little glue here, just to stick it on. Oop, sorry, Kyle. Because I'm not a colorer, like some of you guys are. I don't color a lot, although I have the markers. I don't color a lot. I was amazed at these 4 these 4 small pieces I did, plus I also did the ducks, which are a new set from Lawn Fawn. I used this many markers. I was like, wow, that's a lot for those little things, but you know, at least I got them colored. And I ended up using the wrong kind of ink. You know, I had Memento on my table, and I don't know why I didn't use it, but I went with VersaFine black, and as you can see, my poor little piggy, I'll bring him up, he got all blurry, but from a distance he's fine. One of the other things I did before I glue on the rest of the animals is I cut down this hay. So I cut the size that the die shows, which is this, and then I just trimmed it because I wanted it lower than the next layer. So I trimmed it so that way you can see everything, and then I stamped carefully the hay there, which is in this set. So we'll put that on. I'm just going to use the glue now to put that on, since I can't find that. I think I'll put it on this piece. Sorry, I keep on going off camera, and I apologize. Someday I'll get this right. I'm going to add that, and I got my hay there, all in there, so we can still see our farmer. So cute. Just got to give it a good squeeze. Okay, and then I'll add, let's see, maybe I'll put the pig there and the other 3 in the back. What do you think? Pig there for hay there? Come on, stay. So we got the pig in there. Okay, and then we'll put in the chick next to the farmer and the cow, sort of behind the pig, but off-centered. Okay, so there goes the chick. And this chick, believe it or not, used 3 different colors. So there's my little chick. And last is my cow. I love this cow. I thought it was so cute. These pieces are so tiny. I may color more because, you know, they were easy enough to color. So we'll get that in there. So there's all the pieces. And if you see, it'll still go down. I haven't put the weather vane in. And then the last thing I did, if I can find it, is I did make a little saying, but I have so many pieces of paper. I had a little saying, and it was the rest of this, and it went on a hill. Oh, here it is. Yay. So this is going to go right down here. So let me, and I did trim this because if you see, it is this piece, which could be a hill, but I trimmed it so it would fit on the front. But that could be a hill. It's got 2 little bows, which are very, very cute. So let's get this on. Now this one's pretty plain and simple. So when they get it in the envelope, it says from the whole herd, and then they pop it up and it says, "Hey there." So all these pieces that I used this time were from Lawn Fawn and all from their new release. So the "Hey there" from the herd and all the animals, they also come with sayings. So I could have actually put sayings over there too. This E-I-A-I-O is because you can make the barn a spinner. So, and that would tell you what direction to spin. So there's that along with the dies, 4 tiny dies. So there's that set from Lawn Fawn, and it is called Tiny Farm. And then I was initially going to do the ducks, but I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do a pond or something. But this was really cute, and it does have matching dies, of which at one point I lost one. But You Quack Me Up I thought was pretty cute, and Me Too. So that would look good, you know, as sayings. Now, you don't have to put a saying on, you know, those little dividers, but you can. Let's see if we can lean this up like this so you can kind of get a better view. How's that? Good? And I did color them. So like I said, I'm not the best colorer, but I did do it. And this is called a dub flip. So this is one they brought out before, only it was facing a different way. So they've done that the last couple of releases. They've made dies that are the opposite way. I'm just going to put these in here so I don't lose them. And if you see, I stamped multiple. So in case I colored bad, because sometimes I don't stay in the line, but I did label how I used each color. So, and I'll just keep that with it, and next time I color, I won't have to search so much for colors to use. So that was that. Now, in this die, they also give you this strip here, and it has, and I'm bringing it up, it has a score mark there, and that is this right here. So the long side goes on your short side, and the short side goes here, and it connects. So you would use, so there's 2 that are here. You could do it all the way around if you want, but what I would say is I would not glue to match, because this is a fold, and sometimes when you fold around, you lose real estate, just a hair, but it's a hair enough to not make it fold. So I'll put this down. All right, and they give you this bow, which is really cute. The bow here, you would put this around that, and then you would put this over that, and that could be the front. So instead of putting the shamrocks, you could have put the bow. They give you flowers, so you could really make a cute display. The hello is really cute, and these are matting squares, so you could mat again. So they pretty much thought of everything. They give me the grass, hill, you know, it's really, really cute. And like I said, easy. If you saw it, once you do one, and I always do one on scrap, but once you do one, you'll be like, oh, this was easy. And it is. Just remember, if you want to save on paper, use 12 by 12. Do not use those pads that are 6 by 6. You're wasting paper if you do the 8.5 by 11. I just wanted to show you that if you use double-sided paper or paper, two-sided designs, it won't show here. If you notice, the way we fold it, it folds up and around so that you'll get the same thing on the outside that you do on the inside. So if you see, this would be the back side, and this would be all you would see of that double-sided paper, which you probably won't pay any attention to. Your stackers, I guess that's what I'm going to call them. I don't know what else to call them, where you're going to apply your stuff so it pops up and down. Can be any color you want. I like just to make sure that they're a sturdier paper. Then maybe I wouldn't use 65 pound in all honesty, but for your base, if you use 65 pounds or a little, maybe a hair bigger, that would be fine because the base is very, very sturdy. So, like I said, easy enough to make. Now, you can also, if you don't, now, I didn't try it for the front or the back slit where you feed it through, but you could put acetate in there. I did cut one. Hopefully it's in my bag here. So I have my white someplace here. I did cut an acetate, and I used too thick of an acetate. I used something from a packaging. So you can see that I tried cutting one. And this is the one I'm making another one at home. And out of this acetate, I ran it through 3 times through my die cutting machine. I hope you can see that. Let's see it right there. See? It did cut the outline very nicely, but it didn't go through. But this is very thick packaging. So I think that's why. If I would have used something heavier but not as heavy as packaging, I would have been fine. But I'm forever reusing my packaging and cutting up strips. So you see, I use these a lot, and I'll show you where else I used them in a minute. So you can, for your middle one, or any of them if you want, you can make it out of this. I think it might be harder to stick down at that fold for the front and the back, but maybe you could attach it just at the front too. And if you want to go like crazy, and instead of just keeping them flush to the levels, I don't know, you can also add acetate strips. And you know, when we made pop-ups, lots of times we added the strips too, so you could do it that way. Your centerpieces can be white, they can be green, whatever color works with you. Now, this particular one is a double-sided, you can see right here. It's got a plait on the other side. You don't see it unless, you know, I point it out to you that it's there. See it right there? That's the opposite side. So for the most part, you see only one of the sides of the paper. So if you have double-sided paper and you're just like, oh, now I'm going to have to match it up. No, you don't have to match it up. Don't worry about it. You're fine. It fits best in the envelope if you do a push down. And I do think that Lawn Fawn has some interactive stamp sets. So if you wanted, you know, when they get it, it's going to be flat this way, sorry. You could even stamp push here so they know to push on the bottom. And then you can feel it actually snap into place. And like I said, it is very, very easy to do. Even the barn, even though there was a lot of pieces, was easy to do. And now that I've colored these, I guess I could try coloring again.
You did a great job.
So, like I said, you can make a base first, you know, use some scrap paper, or if you're very careful, you could get through, but this will be another one that'll be coming up soon. So that is the Lawn Fawn platform pop-up is what they call it. And I call the fold a diaper fold. I don't know what they call it. But that's what I call it. You can use acetate. Just be careful when you're cutting it. And I'm going to put my weather vane right here so I don't lose it. When you stop in the store, squeeze them. It's fun to squeeze. Because both of these will be staying here. And once again, this is the set. And then the sets I used were, oh no, that's the script. The duck and the farm. And the duck is the reverse of a duck they already had. And both these sets do have dies for them. I was cutting out, I want to show you the scrap so you can see. Hopefully I didn't cut it apart. When you're cutting your T's or your levels, I tried to fit in as many as I could. You can see I slipped there, but this is what happens. So you end up with these square pieces left over. But at least I didn't waste as much paper as if I would have just done it the other way, you know, one at a time or something. So you can do multiples. This is a 6x6 that I've got it on right now. So just keep in mind, 6x6 is the best to use. And just take your time. So that is the one thing. Now let me kind of clean up my mess for a minute. And if you remember, I did that truck for Valentine's Day. And I said, oh, it's not just for Valentine's Day. And I'm not going to make another one for you guys because we already made one. And the structure is still the same, construction, cleaning up as I go. But here is my St. Patrick's Day one. I couldn't decide if I wanted a license plate, and I haven't done my mirrors yet. But these particular shamrocks here that have the embossed marks in them, these are Lawn Fawn. She came out with yet another die. Sorry, I'm throwing things now. And let's see. Use that one. This is the Lawn Fawn die that I used with the shamrocks. I love these, all the different sizes. I just cut them all at once. I don't think I even separated the die. I leave these in here so I kind of know what my dies are. But I left them all together because I figured what would it hurt to cut out all of them at the same time. So this is the shamrock die set, or clovers, that I used for this grouping here. I actually used a ton of shamrocks or clovers. This is the good luck that I used. So you see it there. I used this die from Whimsy for a lot of the smaller ones, but look at all the sizes you get in here. You cut this out once and I've got quite the collection of shamrocks now. And I also used this one, and I used that for these, the shamrocks, and also for the hat on this pop-up. And I also used these. I kind of used a lot of dies, but you know, you use what you have and out at the time. So the one thing I was going to show you, if I can find it. Well, I put it someplace. Maybe I put it in with the die itself. I use that car die. I love the truck. So you will be seeing I think my next one that I'm going to make in the truck, which is this die here, is going to be a spring Easter type one. I'll probably do one a month for you guys. And then the one after that, I'm pretty sure is going to be a birthday. So be looking out for those. I just wanted to show you that this band here is solid. And I did use what was in the die. Just have to pull out my die. There it is. All the way over here. I did use this die. And this piece right here is what we use to connect the hearts. So as you can see, I cut the whole thing out because it has the score lines, and then I trimmed it right across here. I had one all done for you guys, and with all the papers in my box, it'll show up after. But I did use this piece to get my bar. I mean, you could have measured it and then scored it. I think the score line's probably 1/4 of an inch. I mean, that's what it looks like to me, 1/4 of an inch. But I just used it and trimmed off the hearts and then added my stuff. When I added it, this piece here is acetate. And probably from the same piece I showed you how I cut the T. I did put it down lower. If you can, I don't know. Here, let me see if I can go like this maybe. If you can see. So it's connected to that bar, but it actually hangs down just a bit lower. There, maybe. And then I did raise this up. Initially, I just, I stopped at the good luck and built up. And then I thought, oh, it looks kind of plain. So then I worked on the bottom, and that's where I used a ton of different shamrocks, clovers, whatever you want to call them. So a lot of different dyes used and from a lot of different companies, but this pickup truck is just too cute. I'm thinking I'm going to put shamrock taillights on and then my mirrors, and then it'll be ready for the store. But so don't throw away your packaging, because that's what I use all the time. Usually when I get my packaging, I pre-cut it into 1/4 inch width, 1/2 inch width, inch width, and sometimes 2 inch. And this particular one happens to be 2 inches plus almost the length of the bar. So I did it 2, and then a little in from there and a little in from there. So, but it's up to you. It depends on how you do it. Some of these are front, some of them are back. I think I'm going to add one more here because it stem's a little flimsy. But I hope you enjoyed these. It was a lot of fun. And like I said, next month we'll look at spring Easter for this pickup truck. So it's got a lot of life to it. It's not just for Valentine's Day. Same with these pop-ups. You can do them for all seasons. You see how that folds? Pop, fold. I have to tell you, when you make your first one, you probably will do that like a bazillion times, especially before you put your stuff in, because it's just nice. And let me see if I don't know if you can hear it pop when it goes. Did you hear it? So you'll have a lot of fun with this one. It's so darn easy. A lot of the interactive dyes and stuff are a lot of work. This was just way too easy. I was shocked. I've made several of these on my silhouette, and so much easier to use this lawn fawn dye. So thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the day, and perhaps you'll see me tomorrow. Thank you all. Bye-bye.